AllyBo, I'm fucking with Thizzler. You already know what it is. Subscribe below. This album, dropping that album, Fallen Angels, following Hazard City, so it's big. A tribute, like, you know what I mean, to the people I lost, like giving back almost. And for everybody who's lost somebody. You know what I mean, they can relate to this album, because we've all lost something. And just, you know what I mean, stay positive and move forward, that's it. My little brothers, the fact that they gone and not here with me, so that's a big thing. And then just, I wanted that serious feel for this album. Because the first album I gave y'all a lot of, you know, it was a lot of funk and a lot of problems and shit like that. So this album was more serious for me. I don't really give a fuck about these niggas, no. You know what I'm talking about? We're trying to get to the bag and better ourselves. I didn't put no diss songs on this song, on this album. Kill 'Em All was just kind of like the closure of Hazard City. Like, I've already murdered all you niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as a rap beef, I ain't killed nobody in the street. You know what I mean? But yeah, just kill 'em all, you feel me? And then we just ran into it, got serious with the album, so. Yeah, I mean, going into this album, I just thought, like, we gotta keep it at a mellow pace. I didn't want to get too hyped up on this album like that and do the jumpy shit. We're gonna say that for the next album. We're gonna turn up. Fallen Angels, the actual song, is different. I did a lot of melodies in that motherfucker, and it's big. I like it, though. A little uncomfortable trying to do it when everybody was in the studio because I don't sing, but it was dope. We knocked it out. I'm gonna drop another album before, I'm thinking November. I'm pretty positive November. I only got 2 songs right now. Y'all can't get them exclusives yet. But yeah, it's gonna be dope. I'm just gonna keep pumping, you feel me? Lil Joe tapped in, you know what I mean? We from the same area, so we done got that little bullshit out the way, just kept it a buck as far as SLUGG. I'ma still slap the fuck out of you when I see you, period. You can't come home, nigga. A lot of motherfuckers asked that. Everybody want it too. So I'm sure it's gotta happen. It's mandatory. You know what I mean? It'll happen for sure. We just gotta, it's gotta be something we both like. Something, you know, we're not the same person, so we can't just jump in the lab and just vibe on something. We just figure out what we're gonna do and knock it out. It's a lot of youngsters doing their thing. There's so many people that do it now. I couldn't even tell you to be a butt, but I mean, everybody doing it. Everybody got talent out there. It's just who gonna keep with it, you know what I'm saying, and keep pumping. Cause this shit is, if you do this shit, you gotta commit to doing this shit. This shit gotta be your life. Like, you can't run the streets and be in the field 24 hours and think you can do music too. You gotta choose up. I've always done it. Like, I've always done it. Back in the day when it wasn't even cool to be done, I was doing it. I just, I don't know, it really depends on the beat. However the beat sound, it sing to me itself and I just go with it. Oh, good. Joey working, he doing his thing. He really just dove into the music recently. I think he did it because his brother was absent, you feel me? But he's nice. He got his own little sound. He got a little deep ass voice. I think it's just more just being real. Like everybody want to feel something real. Everybody got a problem. They want to sing along to something that they going through, opposed to not going through. You feel me? So I just think if you just keep it a whole bird, then you gonna be good as far as people, because they gonna follow what's real. That fake shit, that shit is cool at first until someone expose your ass. And then you done lost your whole little career. So just keep it a buck the whole way through and you good. It'll push your ass for sure, but that shit is scary going through that shit. And I know my son was scared going through that shit. I know he still is, because we don't know the outcome for real. We kind of leaving it up to God, and you know what I mean? Staying focused like that in all reality. But same thing with me. Like, I just left it to God and just keep pumping, keep working. The music is gonna keep you focused and out of trouble at the same time. So when you fighting these things, you can't get into trouble while you fighting these things, obviously. But I think music probably save a nigga life, to be real. Not really. My girl really took me to church for like the first time in my life recently, you know what I mean? But I've always been in touch with God for sure. Like, I always pray. I seen some shit that I know, you know what I mean? I know it wasn't just me driving off fast or whatever the case, you know what I mean? I done faced some sentences that I shouldn't even be here, but I am, so God is good. I just, you know what I mean? But I am religious, of course. I just started going to church and shit, trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to change a little bit, bro, before I end up in prison for life. I get a lot of support from a lot of people, so, and I know what they expect, you know what I mean? And then you just can't juggle this shit, you know what I mean? If you in the streets, you in the streets. If you doing this music, you do the music. I mean, that don't mean that if you bounce out on me in public, I won't get with that shit, because you better believe that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm focused on my music and my girl and my kids and shit like that, this money. I'm not worried about that shit. I done did that shit. That shit ain't nothing. The streets excite niggas that ain't from it. You know what I'm saying?